What is the journey of life about?
The journey of life is about food, sex, and job. If you are unconscious, then you are biologically compelled to have all those things. Then this is your journey. Once you start becoming little bit conscious of the presence of the consciousness within you, then the first question will arise: what is my nature? Who am I? What is my essence? Is there anything within me without which I cannot exist? What is the center of my existence? What is that without which I cannot say I? So, the real journey begins when this question arises. Before that, you are just moving like a blind person. Because if you don't even know who you are, then how can you know anything else? And the thing is that in India it is said, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. That means whatever is the essence of you is the essence of the whole universe. If you touch, if you drink a drop of sea water, you will be able to know the whole sea. Because its taste is same anywhere. So once you know your inner secret, once you are able to know what is your nature, you will be able to know the nature of the whole universe. You don't need to go sit inside every animal, every plant, every stone, every human being to know what is their nature. You contain everything, because human being is the most evolved among all the living beings. So they contain in themselves stones, plants, animal, and they are human, so they contain that also. But your possibility, even animals have consciousness, but they can never know their consciousness. They can never become aware of this consciousness. They can never become conscious of the presence of the consciousness. But you that is the ultimate evolution. Knowing, becoming the consciousness. Otherwise you are identified with your stony past, or your animal past, or your plant past, or even unconscious human past and the present also. Once you come to know what is your nature, your pure nature without any contamination, then you are just a pure consciousness. So the way is, in India it is called neti neti, not this, not this. That means whatever you can remove, whatever, all those things without which if you can exist, you are not that. What is you in your essence? What is that without which you cannot exist? So, what is the central point of your existence? So that is the journey. That is the journey of being conscious, from being unconscious to being conscious, from being insentient to being totally conscious. So, in India, those who have dived deep within themselves, those who have devoted their whole life in knowing themselves, they say that we have 7 bodies. The first body is the physical body, which even stone has, plants have, and animal have, and human being also have. This body which is made up of food. Then the second body is called the etheric body, which mostly plants don't have. Some plants have this etheric body. Because of this etheric body, you can move from one place to other. So some plants in Africa they can move to some extent. Otherwise, plants are static. But even animals have this etheric body. They can move from one place to other. Then the third is the astral body. The word astral means coming from stars. So, our essence of our body is from other planets and stars, because they were before this earth was created. Once you have this astral body, and all these bodies are there without being conscious. So, because of the astral body, your thoughts can move. You can become happy, you can become unhappy, you can travel in your thoughts anywhere, which animals cannot do. So human being has this advantage. They have this astral body. They can move in their thought from one state to other, from one place to other, without moving at all physically. Then the fourth body is called the mental body. If you mostly though, when you have this mental body, it is difficult to get a womb. So those in the state of mental body lives mostly without the womb, live without the form, physical form. It will be difficult to get a body. So if you have this mental body and you are not aware of it, then this mental body has been activated, but you are not aware about it. Then you are living in Hindi it is called yoni of ghost. That means ghost or whatever. So when someone has this mental body and he is not aware, then he can harm others. And when you have this mental body and you are aware also of it, then you will be a blessing for other species which exist or other beings which exist. So then when you are aware, then those are called devtas or devas. So they are blessing, but for these people it is difficult to get a womb. Those who are devas, they are, for them there is no pain, they are in state of pleasure always. And those who are not aware of this mental body, they are in suffering. So because they are in suffering, so they bring suffering to others also. So Devatas, they don't want to get out of it, because when you are in a state of pleasure, when your life is without suffering, then you don't want to get out of it. So then you have no possibility of growth. So if you want to grow, then you will have to take human birth, where suffering is also part of life. So it is like when you have to jump from this state of Devatas, you cannot move further. You are stuck there. You can be in pleasure, but you cannot go beyond pleasure and pain. There is no pain here, but you are in pleasure. But because pleasure, if you are always in a pleasurable state, your life has no pain, only pleasure, then you start getting bored of it. Then you want to go beyond it. So then you have to take human birth. Otherwise you cannot, from being a Devatas, you cannot grow further. So you have to take the form of human. It is like when you want to jump very long distance, then you have to first go back and run, and then only you can jump. So without taking human form, you cannot go beyond Devatas. And even those who are devil or pret, in Hindi it is called pret or ghost, they also, if they want to grow, then they have to also take human birth. So, and after that is the body which is called Atma Sarir, or body of the self, which you cannot have without being conscious. And here all dualities ends in Atma Sarir. Then you are no longer a man or a woman. You have gone beyond both pleasure and pain. All the duality, the world of duality ends in this Atma Sarir. And that after this Atma Sarir, then you have no need to take to be born in any birth, any womb. From there, this journey ends of being born in a womb. From this state of Atma Sarir, where you come to know yourself, who you are. If you want to grow further, then you will have to give birth to yourself. It cannot happen in the womb of someone else. So if you want to grow further, that means you have come to know yourself, but you have not come to know the whole existence. You have come to know the drop, but you have not come to know the ocean. So what is the nature of this whole, which is called Brahma? So if you want to know that, then you will have to give birth to yourself. This cannot happen from the womb of other. So that is the first time you are giving birth to yourself. This in India is called twice born, Dvij. Then you come to know the whole, the nature of the whole, which is called Brahmigyan. In the Atma Sarir, you come to know yourself. You can call it pind. In English, it is called knowing the Atma is called knowing the microcosm. And if you want to know the macrocosm, then you have to give up this desire to remain stuck in just knowing yourself. Then you have to give birth to yourself, and then you will be able to know the macrocosm. So, in the fifth body, there is no ego, but there is something which is called asmita. Like you use the word I am. So before the fifth body, you have this I, and in the fifth body you come to know amness. In Hindi it is called Hu. So only when you are ready to give up this sense of asmita, which is kind of very subtle ego, then you will be able to know the isness of this existence, which is called Brahma, where there is no division. Where everything has become one. The separation has totally dissolved. And after that is the last body, which is called Nirvana body, where you cannot, as long as you are in any form, you cannot enter into it, but you can stand at the corner or the threshold of the sixth body, and from there you can see the abysmal depth of nothingness or nobodiness. But you cannot enter it as long as you have any form. That is called Nirvana Sarir, or the body of nothingness. That's why when Buddha came to know himself, it is called Nirvana. And when he left his body, that thing is called Parinirvana. So ultimately he has dissolved completely. He has disappeared completely. He has become nothingness. But as long as you are in any form, you can stand at the very corner and have a glimpse of it, but you cannot enter into it. So this is the whole human journey. Otherwise, all the journey we are making, all the journey we are taking is all about going away from ourselves. The human journey can only be of knowing who you are. You can know the object from outside. That is not knowing the life. That is not knowing what your life is. You can know your life only by entering inside you, not by going out. If you go out and try to know the object, then you can be a scientist, but not a knower of the truth. The truth is in knowing who you are. What is your pure existence? Okay?
Okay, Swami.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
And send us one apple a day, because we want to eat food from the tree of knowledge.